Hotspots are volcanic regions that are fed by the underlying mantle, which is extremely hot compared to the surrounding mantle. Due to the extreme heat, molten magma is forced out of the mantle, creating volcanoes. Hotspots can be near, on, or even far from tectonic plate boundaries. Some famous hotspots can be found in Hawaii and Yellowstone. A transform fault boundary is created when pieces of the lithosphere grind past each other horizontally without destroying the lithosphere. Most transform boundaries join two sections of mid-ocean ridge. These faults occur about every 100 kilometers along the ridge axis. The seafloor produced at one ridge axis moves in the opposite direction of the one produced at the next ridge segment. These slabs of oceanic crust grind past each other, creating a transform fault boundary. Although most of these boundaries are located in the ocean basin, a few of these boundaries cut through continental lithosphere. An example of where this boundary can be found is in the San Andreas Fault in California, where the Pacific Plate and North American Plate grind past each other, creating a transform fault boundary. When two continental plates collide, they create a convergent boundary that can produce many features such as trenches, volcanoes, and mountain ranges. When two pieces of continental lithosphere collide, they create a complex mountain formation. This happens because subduction eventually causes the two pieces of continental lithosphere to come together. Because continental lithosphere is less dense than oceanic lithosphere, it is not subducted, resulting in a collision, creating mountains. Some examples of where this process can be found around the world is in the Alps and Appalachian Mountains.
When an oceanic plate and a continental plate converge, the oceanic crust subducts below the continental crust because it is denser. If the oceanic plate sinks deep enough, part of the asthenosphere above the plate will melt and possibly rise to the surface and cause volcanic eruptions. This type of plate movement can also result in continental volcanic arcs, which are a range of volcanic mountains. They can be found in the Andes in South America. When rising hot rock forces the crust upward, a continental plate begins to crack and pull apart. A rift zone is then formed because of the large slabs of rock that begin to sink. Additional spreading can create narrow seas. One outcome of a rift zone spreading further is the Red Sea. When oceanic plates diverge, they are often referred to as spreading centers because they are commonly areas where seafloor spreading starts. Most of these boundaries are located along the crests of mid-ocean ridges.